Okay, so how y'all doing? So I created a Yu-Gi-Oh! Inspired TCG called Battle Aura, and Season 1 will start off with 2 starter decks being available. I have the Archangel Michael one ready, and the Anubis one will be finished later on tonight. So I want to give y'all a bit of a preview of the cards that come in the Archangel Michael deck. Okay, so this is the boss spirit, Archangel Michael. And I'm gonna tell you a bit about how the game works. Okay, so both players start off with 4,000 life aura points. When your life aura points go down to 0 from battles between two spirits in attack mode, like the difference gets subtracted from your battle aura points, or if a spirit attacks your battle aura or your opponent's battle aura directly, and that player's life aura goes down to 0, that player loses and the other player wins. And there's 3 main types of cards. There's spirit cards that you summon and you attack and defend with. BPA is for battle aura points, and BGP is for battle guard points. Spirits have chakra levels. If the card has a chakra level of 4 or lower, you can summon it. If it has a chakra level of 5 or 6, you got to sacrifice 1 spirit to summon it. If it has a chakra level of 7 or 8, you got to sacrifice 2 spirits to summon it. If it has a chakra level of 9, 10, 11, or 12, you got to sacrifice 3 spirits to play it. So Archangel Michael has 3 effects. His first effect is that when he's summoned, all of the cards on your side of the field cannot be destroyed by battle or your opponent's card effects. So that means, they can't, your other spirits can't be destroyed by battle, and your back row can't be destroyed by your opponent card effects. It has another effect that once per turn, on any player's turn, you can select 1 spirit on your opponent's side of the field and lower its BPA by 500 until the end of the turn. I gave Archangel Michael this effect to keep both ace monsters more balanced. The BAP on Anubis is 3,000. So like in Yu-Gi-Oh, when you had the Dark Magician starter deck and the Blue Eyes starter deck, Blue Eyes was always stronger than Dark Magician, and you couldn't get your Dark Magician to beat the Blue Eyes unless you did a combo. That's not fair, so to make things more balanced, I gave Archangel Michael that effect so that if anything, if he lowers his his BAP by 500, he'll turn into 2,500 BAP2, and they can both, do a double KO and both take each other out instead of Anubis taking out Archangel Michael every time, like what Blue Eyes did with Dark Magician. The last effect I gave Archangel Michael is that when he's sent to the graveyard, you draw a card. And this is also, these effects is to try to fix a problem, right? Like in early Yu-Gi-Oh, the boss monsters weren't really good cards like that. They weren't really meta relevant. You were better off playing like beatdown monsters, or instead of running Dark Magician, you were better off running Summon Skull, because it's a lot to tribute 2 monsters to summon a 8 or 7 star monster. And if something happens to that monster, you lose a lot of advantage. So to help fix that, when you summon Archangel Michael, and if he gets destroyed, you will draw a card to help give you more resources back. And the second main type of cards is Mystic cards. Mystic cards can be used on your turn. Now, what this Mystic card does is it destroys all spirits on your opponent's side of the field. Then, until the end of the 4th turn from when this card was activated, your opponent flips their deck upside down, and then after that 4th turn, this card gets sent to the graveyard and their deck returns back to normal. So not only does this let you destroy all your opponent's spirits, it also flips their deck up. So you can see what cards they're gonna draw. You know, they get to see too, but it still gives you a bit of advantage on your side. Okay, and the 3rd type of card is hex cards. Hex cards can be used on your turn or your opponent's turn, but they must be set face down for a turn first. And what this card does, St. Michael's Shield, is it has 2 effects you could pick. One is that all spirits on your side of the field cannot be attacked this turn. And the other effect you can use is that all spirits on your side of the field are unaffected by your opponent's mystic and hex cards until the end of the turn. This is a powerful defensive card because it could protect your monster for a turn, helping you to use that monster for a tribute or something later. Or if someone was to use a card like Flaming Sword of Light and destroy all your spirits on the field, you could use St. Michael's Shield, 2nd effect, to make all your spirits unaffected by Mystic and Hex cards, and now this card can't affect your spirits because you protected them with St. Michael's Shield. So let's quickly go through some other cards. Cupid Strike, you could take control of one spirit your opponent controls until the end of the turn. Guardian Angel, when this card is destroyed by battle, you can special summon from your deck one angel card with a BAP of 1,500 or less. Archangel Ariel, or Arziel, when this spirit is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you could destroy one spirit on your opponent's side of the field. This is Angel Fusion. Fuse one light spirit in your hand, deck, or graveyard with one light spirit from your field, hand, or graveyard to special summon one fusion spirit that lists both spirits as a compatible fusion materials. So this lets you fusion summon. This card hosts a heaven, special summon one angel spirit with 1,500 BAP or less from your deck. Archangel Sandalphon, when this spirit is summoned or flipped face up, add one Archangel Metatron from your deck to your hand, and then you have Archangel Metatron, which has the same effect, but it puts Sandalphon in your hand. He who is like God, when this spirit is summoned, add one Archangel Michael from your deck or graveyard to your hand. Archangel Zachiel, you can send this spirit to the graveyard from your hand or field to negate the activation of your opponent, mystic or hex card. Then your opponent draws a card. So this can negate one of their mystic or hex cards. So in a similar way, right? Like if someone is trying to use a card like this and destroy your spirits, you can discard this and negate the card. They will get to draw a card after that, but you know, in some scenarios, it might be better to negate that powerful effect and let them draw another card than to let all your spirits get destroyed. Angel Wings. Draw 3 cards from your deck, then discard 2 cards. Add the card you didn't discard to your hand. So this lets you pick up 3 cards, pick one, send the other 2 to the graveyard. Archangel Gabriel. When this spirit is sent to the graveyard, you draw a card. Archangel Rhaegal. This spirit gains 100 BPA for every light spirit in your graveyard. So that means for every light spirit in your graveyard, this card goes up by 100 BAP. God's Right Hand. When your opponent's spirit attacks, destroy all spirits in battle aura mode on your opponent's side of the field. Archangel Jeremel. When this spirit is summoned, add one mystic or hex card from your deck that says Angel on it to the limbo zone. On your second draw phase, after activating this effect, add that card to your hand. This is Archangel Jeriel. Angel Trumpet. Sacrifice one light spirit on your side of the field. When your opponent activates a spirit effect, a mystic effect, or a hex card, you can negate that activation and destroy that card. So, like if your opponent was going to activate a spirit effect, mystic card, or a hex card, you can tribute one of your light spirit monsters to negate that card and destroy it. Archangel Raphael. When this spirit is flipped face up after being face down, add one mystic card from your graveyard to your hand. Archangel Uriel. Once per turn, you can look at the top 3 cards in your opponent's deck. Then you can pay 1,000 aura points to select one of the 3 cards. Place the card you select on the bottom of your opponent's deck. Leave the other 2 cards in the same position they were in before using this effect. This is the fusion card. Fusion cards are yellow. This card is Archangel Michael and Archangel Azrael combined. And it has 3 effects. The first effect is when the spirit is special summoned, change all spirits to battle guard mode. Then your opponent loses 100 aura points for every angel spirit in your graveyard. And when this card is sent to the graveyard, select and destroy one spirit on the field your opponent controls. So that is the cards and the Archangel Michael starter deck. And one more thing that I forgot to mention is that when a player's life aura points goes down by 2,000, you get a spirit draw. What a spirit draw is, you can activate it when you want, but instead of doing a normal draw, you can look inside your deck and pick any card you want and add it to your hand. So, that helps you come back if you're getting beat early on in the game and you're trying to make a comeback. So y'all let me know what y'all think about the cards in the Archangel Michael deck. And I'll be making another video talking about the cards in the Anubis deck soon. Peace.